I guess it's kind of. All right, we'll just use one. I don't want to. I don't know. Yep. What?
Looking at my legs. You're like going to get in front of the camera.
Okay.
Are you ready? Are you live?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to put my fucking glasses.
Well, we're starting. Okay. Okay, guys. Welcome back. We're going to go ahead and get started with our next panel. Looks like we're getting a little bit closer to getting back on time. So right now we're going to do marketing, social media, podcasts, events, and promotion with Dina Ray with eBook Builders and author Mary Elizabeth.
Hi. I don't know. Is this working? Can y'all hear me? Or do I need to screen? Fuck.
Right, unmute it. Unmute it. Okay, go.
Duh. Okay, I'm Dina. Y'all see me? I usually have one hat on or another, and I'm all over the internet, so I know a little bit of what I'm going to talk to y'all about. You want me to get started?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to apologize right now. I dropped a lot of F-bombs. Are there any kids here that are going to be offended? It's going to happen, sorry. Everyone's going to tell you, for marketing purposes, it takes the average person 7 to 10 times to see something before it registers. With all of the social media that's going on now, I guarantee you it's more like 50 times. So that's why you see these people that are on Twitter and Facebook, and they're like, buy my book, buy my book. It's irritating. Don't be one of those irritating douchebags that does this. Find other avenues other than just tweeting out your book link. You know, put a tagline in it. Give a teaser, and hit the blogs, and develop a good relationship with the book bloggers. If you get someone to set up your book tour, which a lot of people do them, everybody that hosts your book on their blog, go and say thank you. Because it takes time to do the blog post. Even if someone sends the code, it still has to be tweaked for each and every author site. And that goes a little to what Mary Elizabeth wanted to say about your online persona and keeping your reputation right. You want to say something about that?
Sure. Yeah, I wanted to talk about our personalities on social media. I'm newer to the publishing world. My book's been out for a month now, but I've been part of the writing community for quite a few years. And social media is kind of like a newer thing for everybody. I mean, it seems like every single day there's a new website that we could use to promote our books. But I have to say, Facebook and Twitter are probably the most popular and the ones that most of us interact. And it's not only a place where we authors talk to each other, but most of our readers and our fans are on Facebook also. So, and I see, I'm on Facebook every single day, and one of the biggest things that gets to me is every single day it's like rant alert, and you go on and on about bad reviews, returns, things like that. And I, as a writer, I totally get it. But if I was a fan and I was reading how you did not like this review or that review, I would be offended. So I think keeping that separate from the people who actually buy your book and the people who actually support you is really important.
Don't make your rants public. Save them for your private group.
Yeah. And relationships with other authors also. I have a lot of great relationships with authors, and I mean, there's always things that bother us, but to go online and it just doesn't look good. when you're online and you start saying bad things about either your fans or other authors or bloggers or things and that goes for bloggers also, or cover artists or editors. When you go online and you start saying these, you're offending the people who are supporting you, whether you mean to or not, especially with like the vague posts and things like that. But on the other side of that, there's a lot of good with Facebook because you actually get to meet. You get to interact with your readers.
We're talking about you? Carry on.
So I have to say, it's good to. I don't understand.
She's just being an attention whore.
Yeah, so there's a lot of good that can also come out of social media. It's where you promote your book, where you meet with your writers, where you meet other people that could end up helping you. I just think it's important to stay professional and keep your personal things off your Facebook timeline.
Don't judge. If it wasn't for Diet Coke, I would not survive. Christy wants to say a few words. Could you guess?
I was just going to touch a little bit on, my name is K.S. Haywood, and I was just going to touch a little bit on I've drawn a blank. See, I cannot be in front of people. See, I was fine back there.
Ranting? Raven?
Yes. Reviews, the way that I look at reviews, whenever I wrote my first book, I had a bunch of 5-star reviews coming in, and I was feeling all on top of the world. It was great, and I was like, wow, this feels really good. And then I got my first 1-star review, and I was like, oh my God, I'm a horrible writer. I mean, it just floored me, and I took that really personally. And then I had a friend of mine that doesn't even read, and I was at my day job. In case y'all didn't know, writers have day jobs too. We can't live on the income when we first start writing. But 30 cents a book. I'm telling you. But I was just really floored by that first bad review, and I felt like she was writing it, and it just felt really personal to me. Instead of her bashing my book, I felt like she was bashing me. But a friend of mine said, well, look, you have a whole lot of 5-star reviews and 4-star reviews, and you have this 1-star review. If someone gets on Amazon and is looking at reviews, they're gonna read these 5-star reviews and these 4-star reviews, and then they're gonna read this 1-star review and be like, what the hell is she talking about? I want to pick this book up, just to see why she had a conflict with it. And I thought about it from that perspective, and then I've heard over the years that I've been writing that, bad reviews sell too.
I buy books if they got a shitty review.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, bad reviews sell, and I love each and every one of my reviews. It doesn't matter if they're a 5-star review or a 1-star review and they're bashing me or they're bashing my book. Everybody likes different things. You may not write something that everybody's going to like, and I mean, I don't like everything.
Opinions are like assholes.
They are. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. But I don't know. I love all my reviews. If I get a bad review, I'm happy about it. I don't get.
If it's a constructive review, not one that's
It doesn't even
shit.
matter. I mean, if someone is bashing my book or bashing me, you know, I'm fine with that because someone's going to read that, and they're gonna just by reading the review, they're gonna know.
At least you wrote it.
Yeah, I wrote the book. I wrote it. Damn it.
Okay, how many of y'all have blogs or websites? Yes, why don't you? That's a place that's marketing your book all the time. If I read your book and I like it, if you've got an Amazon page, Author Central, you should have that. You can have it linked to your blog and to your Twitter. You can't have it linked to your Facebook, which that's stupid. But you can have those. People, if they're reading your book, can go to your blog, go to your website. Always have every purchase link. Everywhere your book is available, have it listed on your blog. You would be amazed at the number of authors, and we're not talking, ones that are just starting out. We're talking ones 50 books in their bookshelf, and they don't have purchase links on their websites. Don't make me search for it. I'm fucking lazy. I'm not going to search for your shit. If I can't find it like this, I don't need it. And I'm not the only one. I'm not a writer, by the way. So, but that's just what I'm telling you what I tell my clients.
That book would be about.
Be about fucking. But I did write one, and no, it's not about that. But with your blog, also get with a group of writers on Triber, and they share your blog posts. Do y'all know what Triber is? Triberr. Okay, it's a blog amplification. You sign up, and there's all kinds of other tribes where there's a group up to like 30 for the free tribes, and everyone shares your blog posts, and you share theirs. Some people are going to blog once a day. Some people are going to blog multiple times a day. Some people are going to blog once a week. But the whole thing is you share for them to share. So you're not just getting it in front of your Twitter followers. You're getting it in front of her Twitter followers, and then her Twitter followers, and then all those people that retweet. You don't have retweeters?
I said I love my retweeters.
I think so. I think you want to retweet yourself? I don't know if I do or not. So, and don't waste your time buying Twitter followers. I know it makes you look like a rock star, but those fake people aren't buying your shit. They're not retweeting your stuff. They don't care. You're not going to sell anything to them or any of their followers, so it doesn't matter. And, pardon?
They also buy Facebook likes.
Oh, I know. And if you want to get Facebook likes, I did penny likes. I did the penny ads. I paid 1 penny. I got 300. 1 penny. There's actually a book on Amazon about the whole
Are they real people?
Yeah, they're real people.
No kidding.
No kidding. Now, I did this about 8 months ago. They might have changed their algorithm again. There's also a book on Amazon about the whole 1 penny. Getting Facebook likes for 1 penny, I think is the name of it, or something along that line. I used that, and I actually did get them. I mean, in like a week.
Find that book. Let us know what it is at some point.
Yeah, I'll check on my iPad, my whatever the fuck it is. I didn't buy followers. I did the ads. I didn't buy followers.
It's not a good idea to buy the followers.
No, don't buy the followers.
They're not.
And they even have the Facebook like farms too.
Yeah.
So even if you're not buying the likes, suddenly you'll have a whole bunch of likes come across on your author page or your fan page or whatever, and they're part of the thing. But they're like, they come in spurts, but it doesn't affect your
Not
algorithm.
only that, but there are companies out there that will guarantee that you make New York Times bestselling list.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of companies that guarantee I'm going to meet Mr. Right. I'm not going to fucking do it.
No, I know, exactly. I know, but what they do is they have all these people that they're fake people, and the author buys. They put their price at 99 cents. The author buys it and sends it out to all these people. They accept. You hit that 1,200 to 6,000 mark, whatever it is, BBC, USA, New York Times, and bam, you're there. I just watched an author do it last week. And I heard,
Yeah, but well, then you also have the ones that get the service that go and they buy the actual print book and then turn around and fucking return it as soon as they hit up there. So, but
I must be out of loop because I've never heard of anything like
yeah,
that before.
there are ways for you to become a
yeah, there's always ways to game it, and sooner or later someone's gonna find out, and there's all kinds of websites that are gonna fucking call you out over
Oh
it.
yeah.
I mean, my husband did all the research. He's like, why are these people doing it and other people aren't doing it? Some are, of course, calling me.
Well, you know what?
But he said there are actual ways to hit the formula. He said there are actual ways. And I'm like, I am never, ever going to do that, ever. And he goes, I know, but I just want you to know that there are people out there that do that. They hit the formula right on target, and they make it.
Well, that's just like you have, black hat SEO companies and white hat SEO companies. You're always going to have someone gaming it, and it might look great to say I actually hit the New York Times bestseller list, but I think if I did that, I would feel about this big because I didn't do it on my own merit.
It would not feel good at all. It'd feel like
And you have street teams.
Like you cheated.
Cheating. Fuckers. You have. Stop laughing at me. I'm not laughing. Okay. I mean, you have street teams, which I don't know jack shit about street teams, so I can't tell you anything.
you don't know anything.
I know enough to get me in trouble.
Okay, go on. Tell me why.
A lot of people are against street teams for the simple fact that they feel that the people that have the authors that have the street teams are gaming the system. I don't think they are. You have what I think in a perfect world, what a street team is like a very energetic fan club. Okay, they're going to buy your books. They're going to read your books. They're going to tell every one of their real life and online friends, you got to read this. And just like if you're in a fan club from the 70s, don't judge. Then
Disco music or
I love disco. Shush. He grew up listening to it. But that's my son. But he what the fuck?
You got my blank, didn't you?
It's, okay, fan clubs. Well, if you were a member of a fan club, 70s, 80s, I don't know, do they still do it in the 90s? I have no clue. But you would get like free posters of this person, or you would get, like a little single or whatever. You got goodies for being a fan club member. So I think street teams are basically the same, because when you release a book, your street team is going to go out and buy it that day. And then, you tell your street team, hey, you show me proof of your show me your receipt, and I'm going to send you a bracelet, or I'm going to send you a bookmark, or I'm going to fly to your house and take you to dinner. Who the hell knows what all the people do?
I
But
don't love my fans.
you don't love your fans?
Not that much. I'm not flying.
I'm not getting on a damn plane, so I wouldn't fly to take my fans anywhere anyway. So
I could add, I actually do have a street team. I have an amazing street team. And I've been in a couple, and I've seen a couple that have like thousands of people in it. It just doesn't seem like it works to me. It seems like there's more people in the bigger street teams who are there to just get like the advanced copies of your work and things like that. My street team, I have 20 members, and they're people who are very close to me. So, and they're really, it's easier for me to keep track of what they're doing and to make sure that they don't let anything, out or anything like that. But what they pretty much do is, like, right before the book came out, I asked them if they could make, like, countdown banners. And so they each made, like, countdown banners. So as there was, I think it was, like, 20 days from when the book came out, we would post it every single day. And it worked. It really, really did work. I did see, and even now, when they go into the groups and they'll post, once a day they'll go and post something with the flyer links, I noticed what my sales go up when they do that. So my street team's amazing. And what I do in return to them is, like, I'm actually working on an anthology with Jeannie. They got an advanced copy of that. And I've sent them, like, like the swag stuff, like the magnets and the keychains and things like that. But if you do have a street team, you want to, that's another thing why I have mine so small, because you want to watch them. Because when you get those bad reviews and your street team sees it, sometimes they'll attack you, they'll go after them, just trying to defend you. And that's the thing about your Facebook, your online image, is the people who are helping you are a reflection on you. And so that's why I keep my street team small, and they're really, really good, and I can keep an eye. I don't babysit them, but I mean, you could watch what they're doing and make sure that they don't make you look bad while they're helping you. So,
my street team is small also, and I like to keep it that way. Every once in a while, I might add one or two to get additional members.
Yeah.
But my Google Docs sign-up form is you have to have at least read one of my books. You have to have loved it. You have to love my work, and you have, because you want to make sure that they are there to promote you. I have rules set up. All of my wonderful people know that you are not to go and bother blogs on my behalf, because you do represent me, and they don't. What they do is, when blogs post Easter Tuesday, all the different things that they do, they go promote.
That's
usually their favorite book of mine, or maybe the one that I just released. And that's what they do, but they don't ever message blogs on my behalf, because that's not what we're about. And they proofread for me. They get to read my drafts of my newest book. They give me feedback, which is very valuable.
So they're kind of beta readers as well.
And it's not even to the point of a beta reader. See, they don't dwell that deep. Some of them are a little bit more detailed than others, but I'm like, how does the story flow? How does it make you feel when you're reading it? Is there any kind of confusion in any parts of the story? Things like that. It's just invaluable to me, because I'm getting a reader's perspective right then, before it even goes to my editor, before I proofread it the final time, and before I send it to my editor. And I don't always take their advice. It just depends on what they give me. That's really what I intended there, so I'm not changing that kind of thing. But I like to keep mine small too, and we do have some ground rules. What they get in return, I give them the book before it goes live. Like, usually like the day before it goes live. They get that. They know not to share. I trust them. And then I do give them different things at different times for promoting me, because they usually tag me, so I know who's promoting me and on what and when. And I'll send them out the swag that I get, or even a signed paperback if it's like their favorite one, and they're like, oh wow, this is my favorite book so far here. I may surprise them and send them a fun copy. So I try to do things for like that with them also, but I find them totally valuable.
And the thing with keeping them smaller too is, even if you are giving them things, if you keep it smaller, those are generally people who are going to be really interested in you just because they're a fan, even without, they're going to want to do it for you. Where if you have the street team where you have thousands and thousands of members, you can't. And it's usually only maybe 10 or 15 of those thousands that are helping you anyway. In fact, 2 of my street team members are here with me today. They're back there. Oh, 3. 4. Yeah, they're all on my street team. They're all here. So, I'm going to keep it small. And in my street team also, my graphic designer made us templates, and they printed them out themselves and went to their local libraries and left them there. And I have one of my street team members is from Australia, and she went to all the bookstores there, and we actually got an offer to have our book sold at that bookstore in Australia. So yeah, so things like that. So yeah, street teams are awesome.
Street teams are really good for helping you market.
Yes.
And promoting you. Another thing, I don't know, I have a podcast or 2 or 3. And one of them is publishing discussion, and it's not safe for work. And the other is just strictly author interview. So if you want to be on a podcast, there's a couple of things you need to know. Know which podcast you're going to be on. If it's on a discussion, they're not going to talk about just your book. They're going to discuss all kinds of things, usually what's happening in publishing. Might talk about marketing. It's more of kind of like an author panel would be. Now, the author interview format, be prepared to send the producer or the host 5 to 10 questions that you want asked, because they're not going to have time to read your book every time, unless they know you. I've had some guests on my shows where they've been clients, I've formatted their books, I've read their books, I've reviewed their books, so I didn't need the questions from them. But there's some genres that I don't care about. I'm not going to read them, so I'm not going to have intelligent questions to ask. And so have that, and have all of your author information on one sheet. Have your author photograph, if you want it put on a blog site, have that there. Have your bio so it can be put, because when I do my blog post about my episode, I put all the author information on there and the book links as well. So it's a good idea to have a sheet that has all of your information on it ready to go, so you don't have to pull all the stuff together from all of your different file folders on the computer and send them over in 50 million emails. And now, does anyone have questions? Tiffany's got the mic, so raise your hand and she will bring the mic to you. Does anyone want to cuss me out? Give her the mic! All right, I'm sure y'all have to have some kind of question.
You had said earlier that authors need blogs, right? What sort of format is most effective, do you think, for an author's blog?
Well, if you post about your writing journey, you're kind of limited. But you can combine a bunch of different stuff, not make it, like a complete hodgepodge where you're posting your, stain removal tips and your writing advice. But, that's part of your life. If you know how to get stains out, I'm always interested. But wait, you need to pick like one overall. Don't try to post, if you're a writer, don't try to post about sex tips unless you write about sex. Yeah. Don't write about political. Stay the hell away from politics and religion. Unless that's your genre, stay the hell away from it, because you're going to get some kind of backlash from one quarter or the other.
Watch what you say on any social media about anything. I mean, think about what you post before you post it. Like Dina was saying earlier about don't get on there and spread negativity. Don't don't put your dirty laundry on social media. If you're like, you want people to look at you, you want them to look up to you. You want them to read your books, but if they're reading what's going on in your everyday life and you're constantly complaining about it, then they're like, I mean,
If they're reading you got a crackhead ex-husband, they're not really going to take you that seriously. Sorry, that shit too much? Sorry. So, I mean,
be careful.
yeah, be careful how much your personal bleeds into your writing. I mean, I have, a couple of secret Facebook groups where I go and I do my venting about stupid shit.
I
She's
have a
there.
secret one too.
And Tiffany's there. And, these people that are in your secret group are going to be the ones that you can bounce stuff off of. And the people that are in your secret group that, or your other groups, they're going to be the ones that are going to help promote you. You promote yourself and you promote others. They're going to promote you as well. It's, cross promotion does wonders.
My opinion, everybody's different.
Everybody's different, right? I mean, it's just like everybody has different personalities, not everybody's going to get along. I mean, it's like school, it's like whatever. To me, I'm a positive person anyway, but I don't do drama.
Yeah.
If I feel for somebody, I might personal message them, but I won't ever put it on Facebook.
Yeah.
Right.
I want my readers to like me and know that I'm a good person. And by putting all that out there, to me, doesn't make me look good. It's kind of like an equivalent to a movie star. They're in the limelight. They're always being looked at anytime they go out, anytime they do anything, right? And it says a lot about a person by the way they act, by the way they talk. It really does.
You're still in a fishbowl. I mean,
Exactly.
it's not, you don't have TMZ following you all over the place,
I know,
but
darn
you
it.
still have people that are looking.
Yeah,
You
so
could-
I want to
By the way, you
inspire
can
people.
hire paparazzi to follow you around for a day. There
Cool.
is a service.
No, but I mean, I want to inspire people, and I have. I've been told I have. I want to show positiveness to everybody, and everybody has a bad day. Everybody has things going on in their life. Why do I want to add to that for anybody? That's just kind of how I look at it. But I'm a good person. I'm a positive person. I want people to know that. If I have stuff going in my life like I do, like everybody else, they don't need to know about it.
One thing I notice is, like, most of the time, like, the people who read your books want to be involved in the making of your book. You know what I mean? So, like, I have bad days too, and I'll post, like, I'm going to punch my book in the face. I think that was, like, the last bad thing I said. But I'm not going to go on there and talk about my person. Oh, I couldn't pay my electricity bill. I'm so sad I can't write because you guys don't buy my books, and now I can't pay my bills. Your readers don't want to. They don't want to know that, and they shouldn't. They shouldn't know that part of you. It's just you're, like you said, you're in a fishbowl. These people look up to you. I mean, you may not feel like you're famous, but to them, you're awesome. You write these books that they'll stay up all night reading, and for you to go on Facebook and be like, nobody's buying my book, so I can't write anymore. I can't write more unless I sell this many books. No, you don't do that. That's not how you thank them. That's
Well,
not
and
how,
the thing is that's also key is the interaction with your readers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's huge.
Mhm.
So, you want to stay active with them, but sometimes I just go in because I've got a really busy day of writing, or I've got something going on with the kids or whatever, and I'm just like, hey, good morning, I hope everybody has a great day today, this is kind of the things I'm doing, laundry, stuff like that, because I am a normal person and I want them to see me that way. And then I go, I hope everybody has a good day. What are you guys doing today? And some people will actually answer what they're doing, and I'll reply. And that's, to me, another key, because there are some authors and some blogs that they'll ask a question, what are you reading today? And they'll get tons of answers. Now, I know if it's like thousands or hundreds or whatever, that would be hard to keep up with, but they never reply to that.
Personal.
And that works for some, and that's fine, but for me, I want to be more of a personal. As a reader,
I like almost fell out of a chair when an author would reply to one of
Yeah,
my
me
questions
too.
or one of my statements or something. And again, it's that almost star factor where you're being looked up to and they want to know you and they're like, oh my gosh, I touched you, or you know what I mean? It's seriously,
Yeah, you've still
there's
got
a
the
big
star
difference.
factor, even though you're not, getting hounded by TMZ and they're not dying to find your sex tapes. You're still there, and
It might be.
Mine are pretty well hidden.
mine are too. And you still have to have that glossy veneer. Yeah, you're a real person, but you know what? People don't want to hear that they busted a water main outside my house and I haven't been able to take a shower in 4 days. They don't care. I don't
Say
want
you
them to
stink,
know that. No, well, no, that was last summer. No. But that might mean something to my actual real life friends that are saying, hey, come on over and you can use my shower. But people that know me on the internet, I don't want them to offer me their shower.
And it's just there's like a difference between being vulnerable and just being like cruel, or like I said, people want to be involved in the making of your book or what it is that you do. They want to know before they get the book, like how hard you worked on it, or like the different things you went through. But they don't need to know the bad part of it, like how we feel when we get a bad review. I mean, we all feel bad when we see a bad review. But to go online and just like say something about it, that's not your responsibility. It's not your responsibility to reply to a bad review or to tell somebody how they should interpret your book. It's your job to write the book, and that's it. And then after you put it out in the world, it's not your job to comment on it, or
Okay, one final thing. There's psychos out there online. I know you're not going to want to believe it, but there are. All of my kids, and I talk about my children on my podcasts and online, Twitter, everything else. Give your kids nicknames. Don't call them by their names. Call them Princess. I've got Alfonso, Prince of Spain, Bubba the Texas Terrorist, and Wee Bossy Baby, and it fits each and every one of them. You don't have to give them, an elaborate name. Just don't give out their real name.
I say Twin A and Twin B.
Actually, all of mine are their actual nicknames, but it's not their legal names. So,
Yeah, I keep most of my family stuff off of. I mean, I have my personal Facebook that I don't let like readers and things on. But I have two different ones, and I keep my family mostly. I mean, I showed the picture on the first day of school, but I didn't say the name.
Well, see, I'm in business with my mom, so I don't ever badmouth.
And there is crazy people. I just had a girl message me, and she was telling me not to sell my soul to the devil, or she wouldn't read my books anymore. So that's why you keep your.
Yeah, when I had the guy tell me that he was watching for me on the news, I kind of lost it a little bit. So, I mean, this was, after 3 months of messages that I just ignored. I mean, so yeah, there's crazy people out there. Protect yourself. Don't check in everywhere you go in your personal life. Someone's going to be able to find it. Last year there was the agent that guy followed her from tracking her social media and attacked her with a baseball bat. This is not an isolated occurrence. All kinds of crap happens. Protect yourself. Put personal out there, but don't put too much personal out there. So. All right, so is that it? That's it. Peace out.
Thank you.
Motherfucker.